D-backs hosting the Mets, and the Mets are plus 110 on the money line. The D-backs are minus 130. The over-under 10 runs. The Mets getting a run and a half on the run line are minus 178, meaning if you bet them that way and they win this game outright, you'd win, or if they only lose the game by one, you would win. The D-backs laying a run and a half on the run line are plus 150, meaning if you bet them that way, they have to win this game by 2. Carrasco pitched once against the D-backs last year, and it was a good outing. 5 shutout innings. Ironically enough, they lost that game 3-2. He struck out 8 in that game. The Mets have lost his last 5 starts or 5 appearances. They are 4-6 as a team in his last 10. He's averaging 4 2/3 innings pitched and 3.5 strikeouts per game in those games. Nelson did not pitch against the Mets either last year or this year. The D-backs have won his last 2 starts. They are 7-3 in his last 10 appearances. He's averaging 5 1/3 innings pitched and 4.2 strikeouts per game in those games. And I say this in every video, when there's a pitcher on a losing streak and a pitcher on a winning streak, eventually one of these trends tends to end. Head-to-head, the road team is on a 7-3. The road team's on a 3-game winning streak. The Mets are on a 3-game winning streak. The Mets are 7-3 against the D-backs in their last 10 meetings against them. The favorite has won the last 3 games they've played against each other. The favorite is 6-4 on the money line. However, the underdog getting a run and a half on the run line is 6-4. There have been 5 one-run games in their last 10 meetings, including the game they played against each other today, or tonight, I should say. The over is 5-4-1 in their last 10 games, and the over-under at 10 runs is 5-5. In the series that they've played so far, the Mets have won the last game 2-1, which was today. They won the game before that 8-2. They won the game before that previously 6-2. The D-backs won the game before that 5-2. The Mets won the game before that 6-5. The Mets won the game before that 5-0. The D-backs won the game before that 3-2, and the Mets won the game before that 10-3. So the D-backs have lost pretty much. They're 2-6 against the Mets this year, if I did the quick math right. For the Mets, they are 5-5 in their last 10. The under is 5-3-2 in their last 10 games. They've won their last 3. They are 3-1 in their last 4. The over has hit in their last 2 games. There's been a total of 9 runs, 5 runs, 12 runs, and 13 runs in the Mets' last 4 games. They scored 4 runs in a loss, 4 runs in a win, 8 runs in a win, and 8 runs in a win. For the D-backs, they are 4-6 in their last 10. The under is 7-3 in their last 10, and they are 2-2 in their last 4 games. The under has hit in 3 out of the last 4 games that they've played, too. There's been a total of 8 runs, 4 runs, 7 runs, and 13 runs. 6 runs in a win, 3 runs in a win. Then they scored 2 runs in a loss, and 5 runs in a loss. Forgive me, and that's not including the game that they scored 1 run and lost in this one. So they are 1-3 in their last 4. So not so hot for them. Even though Carrasco is not pitching very well and he's on a losing streak, I have a feeling that he's going to snap the funk because the Mets, for whatever the reason is, play the D-backs very well. So I'm going to take the Mets with the money line. I'm going to take the Mets getting the runs, but I am going to go over. I know that both of these teams have kind of been trending meh, but the Mets offense has woken up lately, and I don't think the over-under will really make too much of a difference in this one, especially if neither one of these pitchers are at top of their game. These are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut, and please bet responsibly.